Entrevistas Alfa.
Soy Paty Velasco en Alfa 91.3, donde todo nace y renace, y estoy muy contenta de estar en este momento con Royal Republic. How are
Oh,
you guys?
very good. Thanks for asking.
Adam and Haynes,
Good.
how are you? And where are you now?
In Ciudad de Mexico, somewhere.
Yes,
It's quite big, I have learned.
yeah, Mexico City is huge. And I know you just performed yesterday in House of Band, and that was a great show, guys. How did you feel the Mexican vibe and the Mexican fans with your music?
I think we definitely felt the Mexican vibe.
Yeah, because you had some shake over there. You had an earthquake.
Well, yeah, we didn't know it was an earthquake to begin with, so it was a pretty exciting, exhilarating moment.
Yeah.
Like we got the pulses right up there because we had no idea what was going on. They were just like evacuating the whole room, and people came and were like, pulling us like, everybody out, run, go, 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 go. We're like, ah. But it turned out all right. We came out into the street and there were 400 people just like cheering and like ole 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 ole. So we just thought it can't be that bad, right?
No.
No, they
So
say
we had a
it's
great
never.
opening. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
and they say it's never dull in Mexico City. Do you agree?
Oh, it's funny because we have been hearing like the energy is crazy over here. You guys are gonna be so welcomed and people are insane. And we were like, you know what, maybe they're making just slightly too much out of this thing. But to be honest, it was way above our expectations. It's amazing. First time in Mexico, people waiting for us, people going ape shit on the show. It was
And there was an
perfect.
earthquake.
And it was an earthquake. Yeah.
Yeah.
And tonight you're gonna be performing on Vive Latino México 2025. That's awesome. Are you excited? Are you nervous?
Well, I mean, we know about the earthquakes, so I feel kind of relaxed.
Okay, okay.
I think
And
we came into this whole trip with not really knowing what to expect. Of course, you hear stuff, and it's not like Mexicans are shy about saying like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have a great time," and it's a kick-ass audience. You kind of build up the expectations a little bit. But yeah, we're just really all in all excited to be here to do something new. We have never been here before. It's like a brand new experience, on stage and off. So yeah, just very much looking forward to tonight.
yeah, and we love your music. We love Ratata. Ratata is played over and over again on Alpha 91.3. And
Wow.
I wanna talk about that single. What does Ratata means to Royal Republic?
You tell me. We've been
Wow.
asked questions about, our lyrics since day one, and what does this song mean to you, or what is this thing?
What does it mean in general? What's it
We
about?
we like we don't really have a lot of meaning. It's about the vibe, like the whole vibe. It's the music and the riffs and the vocals and the energy and the everything in combination creates something that turns us on and apparently turns other people on too. And sometimes
Absolutely.
it's like in music in general, it's like the math doesn't always add up, but it can still feel kind of sexy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I
And what
don't,
inspired you to create Ratata?
I don't even know. Can't remember what
I mean, it
happened
was
there.
mainly you and me working on this
I
track,
think
wasn't it?
so, yeah, but it was what was
I
it?
mean, I think it was a classical like point of we had the whole riff down like
Yeah.
and then we were thinking of words to sing that would make sense, like store from a storytelling perspective, and then we're just like standing there with a microphone,
Ratatatata.
and it's like yes,
Yeah,
that that
makes
Yeah,
that
sense.
makes
yeah,
sense.
that's the name,
Yeah.
Ratata. Perfect. And what about your latest album, Love Cup? It was out June 2024.
Correct.
So I want to know, how do you feel it reflects your evolution as a band since your debut?
I feel it reflects it in the most honest and perfect way we could have thought of, really.
Wow.
We've kind of always wanted to be as free as possible creatively,
Hmm.
and not saying, rock starts here and stops here, and you can't use anything outside of these borders. But we want to be free to kind of use whatever sounds and whatever feels and vibes that we want. which is a position that we're very fortunate and happy to be
Yeah.
in. And I think it's part of why our fans are attracted to our music is that it is very dynamic and it's a little bit
Yes.
surprising and it's a little bit, you know.
Because your music is like a unique blend of like power disco, rock, and many more. Do you agree?
Yeah, and thank you for saying power disco because that was my idea a bunch of years back. I want
Okay.
to say that but because people want to put a label on things, right? People
Uh-huh,
want
uh-huh.
this is rock, this is punk, this is whatever. I was always I had trouble fitting it in. Not
Yeah.
that being unique or anything, but like, okay, well let's make up our own. And I said, let's call it power disco. And everyone was like,
I
nah.
love the name.
I think it's
And
cool.
super cool. And I love the way it sounds too.
Yeah, it sounds cool. It looks cool when you write it.
Yeah, and when you play it live, what's your favorite part of playing live? For example, yesterday or tonight at Vive Latino?
I mean, the whole ole ole out in the street yesterday was awesome.
I think this the most addictive feeling of the most addictive thing about being in a band and being a touring band is the simple thing like the look on people's faces and seeing people happy has always been a thing of mine that I just can't get enough of. And I had there were a couple of years where I was thinking like we can't really motivate like what we don't make a difference. What we do is not important. It's like we're not brain surgeons, we're not doctors, or we're not firemen, you know, saving the world or anything. But I think there is a place for entertainment and just making people happy. And that simple, very simple job, which is very hard.
It's not simple at all.
No, but I think it is important. And we met a lot of people that, tell us their story and their relationship, and, they met their husband or wife, or they, with our music and, made friends for life and traveled to other countries. And that's amazing to be able to be a part of that. So I guess that this music is the universal language.
It
And
is,
yeah.
yes. Yeah, but I can imagine you as musicians working on your studio and planning and creative and producing, singing, whatever. And in your mind, like figuring out or imagine your fans singing the song and then walking through the stage and, as you said, seeing their faces. That must be amazing. I mean, it's like a whole new world. It's like seeing the energy and seeing people dancing with what you do, what you love doing. It's a gift. It's like a blessing.
Yeah.
It is. It is. I totally agree. And I agree with what Adam just said. I had those moments as well when I was like talking to friends and stuff and I was saying, imagine, like you said, imagine being a brain surgeon or curing cancer or like, actually making a difference. And they're always like, but that's exactly what you guys are doing.
Yes.
Exactly what you
In
guys
in a different way, but you
in a
do
different
change
way. Yeah,
lives.
but it's
Yes.
kind of overwhelming when you think about it.
It's kind of easy to downplay your
Yeah.
own importance in that way.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Especially
Never.
in Sweden, we are masters of downplaying ourselves with like,
No,
yeah,
please
yeah,
don't.
that's the Swedish way. It just is like you are not worth more than anybody, sir.
Oh, no.
There's
Not
a
less
lot
either,
more.
but not definitely not more.
So now you're in Mexico City, you're gonna playing tonight. Do you have, or would you like to collaborate with some Mexican artist or band? Do you know Mexican music? Would you like to make like a collaboration with any Mexican guy or band? We
Hell
have a
yeah.
lot of talent here in Mexico City and in the
Yeah,
whole country.
so we've seen and heard already. I mean, we're pretty much we're we're open to experimenting, right?
Yeah, maybe this is when we
Call Acides.
yeah, exactly.
I found this Mexican punk band at a festival in Czech Republic. I think it was last summer called Acides or something. And they had this song. Me and our drummer were just standing side stage. We were like, walking past the tent and we heard this like thrashing. It's like, we gotta check this out. We walked inside. There was a Mexican band called Acides playing a song called Hasta la Muerte or something.
Oh, till death.
It was really cool and really energetic. And I need to write them or something.
Yeah, maybe. Why not?
I mean, if you guys are listening to this, then drop
Yeah,
us a
give us a
line.
call.
Okay, okay. Yeah, hopefully they will. With your music, with this like vibrant and danceable energy. Do you think that will resonate with Mexico's musical culture?
Time will tell. I guess we are here. We do what we do.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it's worked out for us. Even, we've played metal festivals,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
played pop festivals, and we everything in between. And somehow I think it seems to cross borders, that it works for a lot of people because it is so dynamic and so all over the place that it kind of fits
Yeah.
all over the place. You know what I mean? And I think the energy that and the chemistry that we have is a
mm-hmm,
part of the attraction why people like watching our shows in particular. We were never streaming insanely well. We never had hits, you know what I mean? But
mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
show keeps growing and the concerts keep getting bigger and bigger. Always has, and still is.
Bigger venues.
Yeah, everything is getting bigger and
Mm-hmm,
and I think part of that attraction is yeah, like I said, the energy and the chemistry that transcends borders. It doesn't matter if you're a metal fan or a rap fan or, you feel the energy. And I think
mm-hmm.
that's the attraction.
And not every group can say that. Not every group combines or can mix with any genre. So you can do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think it says a lot about the fans as well. I think
Yeah.
people are
Yes.
very quick to be, labels and stuff, yes, but in general as well, like everyone needs to put stuff in boxes or in place. This is this is that. You don't do
Yeah.
this, you like
Labels.
don't like that. Yeah. But it says so much about the audience in general that people are loving it. It's totally working out. People are smarter than you think, right?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
we are. We all
especially me.
are.
Yeah.
Yes. So you've been touring since last May, I think,
Excuse
more
me?
or less.
Touring
You
since
have been touring since when did your tour started?
Well, I mean, yeah, since the
M-
album was out,
May.
basically. We didn't tour every day since, but
Wow.
the shows have been going on. We had breaks in between and so on. But yeah, sorry, continue. We've been touring
Because
since May.
no worries, no worries. I just want to know what's next for Royal Republic. You have this new single Ratata, which is huge, and you're here in Mexico City. And you're gonna be touring more countries. But what's next? Do you have any plans or projects, maybe for this 2025, or do you need vacations afterwards, or what's
I
coming
wish
for you guys?
I wish we could do vacation sometime. I would really love one of those one of these days. Being here is actually the closest thing I've had to a vacation
in a
in
long
years.
time.
I
Yeah.
just spent 4 hours by the pool watching football.
Wow.
That's just I
With a tequila or a beer?
have after the show. After the show.
Okay. After the show.
Um,
Okay.
but I mean, we have a pretty busy year scheduled. We have a lot of studio time, which we actually had. We put it in the schedule, so it's actually okay. Yeah, this is free time or time to write, time to record.
Uh-huh.
We're actually working on a whole bunch of ideas at the moment, and we'll just have to see which one we decide on pursuing first. Apart from, the regular summer festival schedule and our own shows in the fall and next year already. So, another busy, hopefully productive year
Yeah.
for World Republic.
Wow. And I was gonna ask, what's the craziest thing that has happened to you on your tour? But maybe Mexican earthquake can be one of those.
Well,
I
it's up there, definitely.
honestly, like the 24 hours here is like has been quite eventful. It's like we lost, or the airline company lost our luggage. So we came here without, like, we only had the underwear and socks that we were wearing and nothing else. And no toothbrush and no deodorant in a very
No
warm
way.
country. And so we were waiting for the bags, and then we went for the show. There was an earthquake. Then the bags showed up, but then the bags disappeared again.
Yeah, that was.
And
No.
then the bags came back, and then you guys went out to have a couple of drinks, and you almost got arrested by police officers.
What are you talking about?
He was carrying a drink, like a cup, on the sidewalk, walking.
So I need to know now, is this an actual thing? Like, you're not allowed to have a beer on the street.
Is it?
I don't know, but maybe you
No,
were not supposed to. I don't know.
because
That's very fussy.
So
That's
you're You're almost arrested by a Mexican police?
Well, they wanted a little money on the side, and then
Oh,
here
guys.
we are. Hannes
And
is
since
still
money
here.
is not an
So,
issue,
so,
Since money is not an issue now that Ratatata is spinning in Mexico
careful you
City.
and your friends.
so the answer for my question is Mexico City, craziest place on earth
Mexico
so
City,
far.
24 hours, full experience. Would recommend it to a friend. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, perfect. Do you want to say something to your Mexican fans that are wishing to see you performing live and they love your music, they love Ratata?
I mean, honestly, just judging from last night, I can say that our expectations have been met and passed by a
Yeah.
mile, really. It was absolutely amazing meeting the very passionate Mexican music fans yesterday, and we can't wait to see what happens tonight. We have no idea, but we're very excited and we're gonna give it all we got. So fasten your seatbelts. See you tonight.
Okay, buckle up.
Mm.
Yeah, we're going to have a great time tonight in Vive Latino. Guys, it was such a pleasure to have this conversation with you. Thank you for sharing your dreams, your thoughts, your passion, your energy, your music, and your power disco.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
Thank you. We love your music and we will continue playing over and over again Ratata.
Stick.
Thank you. Yo soy Paty Velasco para Alfa 91.3, donde todo nace. Adam y Haynes, Royal Republic, con nosotros, en donde todo nace, en Alfa 91.3. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Entrevistas Alfa.